The orchestra was playing my favorite love song. The cake was 7 tiers tall. Politicians, CEOs, cameras, diamonds everywhere, and my billionaire husband raised a glass to celebrate our 3rd wedding anniversary. I thought he was about to surprise me with something unforgettable. I was right. But instead of love, he handed me humiliation in front of the entire world. What he didn't know, I had been preparing for 6 months. And before that night ended, he would lose far more than a wife. He would lose everything. If this is your first time on this channel, subscribe, like and comment to this video. You can also share the video to enable some ease, watch and learn from it. Hit the notification button, so that you will be the one to get our next story, as we bring to you life stories of what happened to people on this channel. My name is Elena Vaughan, and this is how I destroyed the man who tried to destroy me. 3 years ago, I married Alexander Vaughan, tech billionaire, media darling, owner of manufacturing companies, private jets, estates in Dubai, London, and Manhattan. The wedding was featured in Forbes and Vogue. The world called me lucky. But here's what they didn't see. Alexander was brilliant in public, precise in private. Affection slowly turned into scheduling. Love turned into strategy. Kisses became photo opportunities. Our conversations became negotiations. Still, I choose to stay. Because I believed marriages go through seasons and trails. Because I believed he was just under pressure. Because I loved the man he used to be. When Alexander announced he was planning a combined anniversary and 30th birthday celebration, I thought maybe this was redemption. The ballroom at the Vaughan Grand Hotel was breathtaking. White roses, crystal chandeliers, a live orchestra, influencers live-streaming, political elites whispering. I wore a custom silver gown worth more than my first apartment. For a moment, I felt chosen again. Alexander stood at the center in a tailored tuxedo. He tapped his glass. The room quieted. "My beautiful wife," he said smoothly, "deserves the truth tonight." The crowd laughed softly. I smiled. Then the lights dimmed. And my life split in half. The LED screen lit up. My private messages. Text threads. Fragments. Edited. Manipulated. It looked like I was confessing love to one of his senior partners. Gasps filled the ballroom. Phones lifted. Cameras zoomed. "I will not remain married to a gold digger who disrespects my name," Alexander said calmly. My chest tightened. I felt exposed. Stripped. Dissected. But here's the thing about humiliation. When you've already cried in private, public shame loses its power. Because I already knew. 6 months earlier, his assistant Victoria had smiled at me in his office. "You're too naive for this world, Mrs. Vaughan." She had access to everything. Schedules, passwords, internal systems. And slowly, Alexander began questioning me. "Where were you? Who were you texting? Why are you distant?" Seeds. Tiny poisonous seeds. One night, I walked into his office and saw an open draft email. A screenshot of a fake message thread. My name. A fabricated conversation. That was the night I stopped being a wife. And started being a strategist. I hired a private digital forensic team. I installed cloud backups quietly. I waited quietly. Back in the ballroom. Instead of crying, I smiled. You could feel the shift. I walked toward the stage. He didn't expect that. "Alexander," I said softly, "if we're sharing truths tonight, let's share all of them." The room froze. He hesitated. Then handed me the microphone. That was the moment he lost. I connected my phone. Security footage appeared. Victoria entering his office after hours. Altering archived messages. Sending anonymous emails. The crowd erupted in whispers. Then came the second clip. Alexander's voice filled the speakers. "If she's proven unfaithful, the prenup protects me." Victoria's voice replied, calm and strategic. "We'll make it convincing." You could hear someone drop a glass. Alexander turned pale. He hadn't known I installed a secondary camera system. He underestimated me. Men like him always do. "You tried to destroy me publicly," I said evenly, "to avoid paying me privately." I turned to the donors. "To those who support the Vaughan Foundation, half of you are here because of me." Phones buzzed. Stock alerts flashed. I continued. I filed for divorce this morning. The evidence is already submitted. Victoria tried to leave. Security stopped her. And then something unexpected happened. Applause. Not gossip. Not pity. Respect. Within 48 hours. Vaughan Technologies stock dropped 18% of its value. Sponsors withdrew. The board demanded emergency meetings. Victoria was arrested for corporate fraud. Alexander called me 12 times. I didn't answer. He sent flowers. I returned them. He sent an apology letter to me. I burned it. Because humiliation doesn't break strong women. It awakens them. But here's what people don't talk about. Victory is quiet. The penthouse felt empty. The silence was loud. I wasn't sad about losing Alexander. I was grieving the dream. The version of us that never existed. Healing isn't glamorous. It's slow. Messy. Lonely. But I rebuilt. I expanded my non-profit independently. Investors followed me. Media narratives shifted. Not because I begged. Because I remained silent. Powerful silence terrifies guilty men. New York skyline. Another gala. This time, hosted by me. No husband beside me. No shadow over me. Just Elena Vaughan. Founder. Investor. Independent woman. The same cameras that zoomed in on my humiliation now asked about resilience. When a reporter asked if I regretted leaving Alexander, I smiled. I don't regret lessons, I said. I graduate from them. 1 year later, on my 31st birthday, I received an email from Alexander. Subject: You were right. He was no longer CEO. The board replaced him. Reputation damage never fully healed. But here's the twist. I didn't feel satisfaction. I felt peace. Because the greatest revenge isn't destruction. It's detachment. He tried to bury me publicly, but I walked out crowned. And on the night he humiliated me in front of the world, he forgot one thing. I wasn't just his wife. I was his equal. And I was prepared. If someone ever tries to shame you publicly, remember this. Embarrassment is temporary. Preparation is permanent. And silence is the most elegant revenge. If it were you, will you forgive your husband? Drop your honest decision on the comment.